Have you been missold PPI? Python Protection Insurance was missold if you didn't want it, ask for it, or need it.
I was missold Python Protection Insurance and I got a claim worth 3,000 credits.
At Cowell & McGrath, we are ready to pursue claims for pilots who were sold PPI, even though they didn't have an escape pod.
When my partner's ship was destroyed, the insurance became invalid. I settled out of court for enough credits to restart my narcotics and weapons shipping business.
Millions have been missold Python Protection Insurance they can never claim, simply because they don't have an escape pod. Why should you pay for not reading the small print?
My husband was missold PPI. As a result of our claim, we now own Jupiter.
Cowell & McGrath, turning your carelessness into profitable lawsuits.
From the creators of luggage limpets and passenger lounge suitcase shuttles comes the latest revolution in passenger transportation, the passenger cannon. For centuries, circus performers have perfected the technique of being fired from a cannon. Paired with our new memory gel passenger pod impact absorption technology, you too can speed up disembarkation times from your liner by up to 250%. No longer be limited by pad sizes and excessive docking fees with the passenger cannon. But how does it all work? First, all passengers will be issued with a passenger pod inflation suit during transit. On approach to your passenger's destination, simply fill the inflation suit with our patented impact-absorbing memory gel. Then, once in a stable position in proximity to the destination, effortlessly slide them into the disembarkation chamber ready for launch. The passenger cannon is now available in both gimbaled and turreted varieties to make aiming elementary. Make your liner one of the top 1% in the galaxy. Buy a passenger cannon today. Warning, passenger cannon must not be operated on high-gravity planets or near geysers.
New from Azimuth Biotech, it's Tickle Me Thargoid. Tickle Me Thargoid is fun for all the family. Teach your little anti-Xeno commander the difference between an Orthrus and a Cyclops, a Basilisk and a Medusa.
Count the hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a Cyclops.
All Tickle Me Thargoids spray realistic caustic clouds.
Not near the curtains. I love you, Tickle Me Thargoid.
Tickle Me Thargoid. Available now from branches of Lave Toy Depot and other retailers.
Touchdown, my heart is beating. See the dust on my feet, feel the weight on my bones, hear my breath in my head. I am free for the first time. Touchdown, my eyes are believing. See my friends on the ground, hear the steps, hear the sounds, watch them fly to the hills. We are free for the first time. Let's start this odyssey. Brave steps in front of me. My head so wide to see this future. Let's make this odyssey. Frontiers for us to see. Vistas so wide, this is the future. Embrace the future. On this odyssey. Touchdown, is bubbling. Watch them run, watch them fire, have a drink, start a fire, climb a ship, see the size. For the first time, touchdown, we are greeting. See the look in their eyes on the highway, surprise of a fight for their lives. Yeah, we are meeting. Let's start this odyssey. Brave steps in front of me. My eyes are wide to see this future. Let's make this odyssey. Frontiers for us to see. Fist is so wide, this is the future. Embrace the future. Bullets fall like burning chaff. The celebration turns to violence. Blaze of fire makes shields go blue. Explosions fill my ringing ears. Humanity has come to stay. With all our faults, fears and anger. Joyous in this wondrous fall. Oh, let me slip away. Let's start this odyssey. Brave steps in front of me. My eyes so wide to see this future. Let's make this odyssey. Frontiers for us to see. Fist is so wide, this is the future. Embrace the future.
Welcome to the world of Chaotic Space, a new gaming magazine written for you and by you that explores all aspects of your experience with gaming. We're looking for you to send us articles about the parts of gaming that you love. You've just started a new save in a game and you have opinions? Write about it. You've met some new characters and you can give them some additional storyline? Write about it. You've been playing tabletop games or board games and you want people to know how great they are? Write about it. Do you know someone interesting who has an interest in gaming and something cool to say? Talk to them and then write about it. We know some of you are mad talented and have taken in-game photography to the next level. If you want to write about that, then we'd love to publish it, but likewise, we also want to include your pics, so please send them to us. Some of you are even able to draw some dope stuff, and we'd love to showcase that too, so send your art to us. Is print media dying? Probably. It is in its death throes at least, so now feels like the perfect time to start a magazine. Is it really a magazine? I mean, we're not going to print it, but if you want to, then I suppose it will be a handheld, tangible thing. We're certainly not going to charge you for it. If you want to keep updated, then sign up at psychic.tv/chaotic-space and click keep updated. Alternatively, you can follow us on socials at Chaotic Space Mag on all platforms. Are you excited yet? Fireball! We're excited and we want you to be involved, so let's make this space chaotic. Chaotic Space. We like to play.
Lave Radio, Lave Radio, Lave Radio,
Lave Radio.
Listen to Dadio.
Dangerous podcast. It's the elite.
Lave Radio, so much to say, Dio.
This side of DSO, we're loving the heat.
I hope someone knows what we're talking about.
They mean disco.
Lave Radio, it's here to stay, Dio. Orange Sidewinder,
This is your crew.
Lave Radio, hey, 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 Dio. With second technician,
Forrester 2.
Ooh.
Scump.
It's a podcast that's based on a game. Not to listen would be such a shame. It makes other stations sound very lame. That's Lave Radio.
Ooh, swing your pants.
No, Simon, we're not them. We're pink custard.
We cut the mustard.
We're never flustered. We can be trusted. Lave Radio, this song's for you.
for the Orange Sidewinder crew.
Elite Dangerous is what you do.
And then you talk a lot about it too.
Lave Radio, ready to play Dio.
Search for their website
and off you go. Lave Radio, nothing to pay Dio. Sci-fi gamer, DJ fans,
this is your show.
Oh, it's a niche audience then. This is radio online called Lave. With DJs Chris, Alan, John,
but not Dave.
Forever surfing internet airwaves. That's Lave Radio. It's a podcast that's based on a game. Not to listen would be such a shame. It makes other stations sound very lame. That's Lave Radio. Lave Radio. Lave Radio. Lave Radio.
Is this, are you sure it's Lave?
Yeah, Lave Radio.
It's not Love Radio.
Well, no, we all love Lave Radio.
No, but it's not Live Radio.
Oh, well, I don't know whether it's live or Lave Radio live, and we love it.
welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
and the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous,
and the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from the Orange Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 500 of Lave Radio.
Oh my God.
The show that likes to talk about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix to Fire, Chief Archivist of Lave Station, otherwise known as Colin Ford, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have our SRV Banksy, Commander Alec Turner.
Good evening, viewers and listeners everywhere. Did you know I have a fun fact for my intro? If you started off in New York and you hit play on episode 1 of Lave Radio and you started walking west, you would get to San Francisco for episode 500. And if you've just arrived in San Francisco, welcome, and start listening to the Garden Frequency, turn around and head back to New York.
I'm not going to question the maths. I'll just take your word for it.
According to Google Maps.
Staff Liaison Officer, Commander Psychit.
Look at us. Look at this beautiful moment. Look at us. Look at this. Look at 500. It's lovely. It's lovely. I was expecting, because some of those early episodes are real fucking long, and I was expecting Alec to say, you would have gone around the world 3 times.
I was hoping it would be more impressive, but no, it's New York to San Francisco.
Okay.
No, it didn't even get to the moon. Jeez.
Didn't even get to the moon. What? How very dare they?
We also have, hanging about in the back and helping out with tech, we've got the Chris Mark IV.
Hello. Fun fact, if you got on our ScotRail service and you started listening to episode 1 of Lave Radio, by now you would now be on the replacement bus service to Glasgow.
You would have got to Stirling, because they went the long way round. So very in joke, Scottish joke, that. So, yes. Yes, we also have...
All these Scottish people on this show. Wow.
Pretty much. Talking of other Scottish people that we can't tell the difference between, we've got the Chris Mark V as well.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't have any fun facts. I don't believe in fun.
That's true. I can confirm.
Yeah. Like Christmas is cancelled.
I'm not going to say another word on this. For those of you who are wondering where our head of health and safety is, he's at the moment driving down from Scotland on the M6 at the moment, or rather, he's being driven. So he couldn't make it tonight, but yes, we wish you well, Ben. We'll catch up with you soon enough. Now, if you wish, you can join us live. We're hanging out in-game, in open, in the bar at Lave Station, and we do have a lot of people joining the Chris Mark.
How many people are there? Holy shit. That's a lot of folks.
Excellent. But if you can't get to us in game, you can also join the Twitch chat channel, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, or go straight to twitch.tv/laveradio, and we're also streaming live on YouTube. So hello to all those people on the YouTubes. So let's have a quick catch up with the rest of the crew, because we've been off for a couple of weeks and we're still recovering from ECM. So let's go to the Chris Mark 4.
So I have been doing a little bit of Edinburgh festivaling, as has been my my thing of late, because it was the end of the Edinburgh Festival on Monday, as part of the sort of bank holiday Monday. That was all wrapping up. So Edinburgh returns to sort of normal for a little while before all the Christmas festivities and everything kick off in town. So yeah, been doing a little bit of that. Was at the cinema through the week, watching Spider-Man. They're still doing the Spider-Man re-releases. We are now up to Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man. So that was the one I got to see on Saturday night. In gaming land, I have been doing a little bit of material collecting still, so that I can finish off some of the engineering that I have been very lazy and not doing. I have also been slightly distracted, though. I must admit, it feels ridiculous for me to say this on episode 500 of Lave Radio, but I have been working my way through Psykit's guide for Mass Effect, and
Mass Effect? Is that a new game? What's that?
It's a new game. You wouldn't have heard of it. It's
New
all
game,
fine.
okay,
So
cool.
I won't distract anyone from it. So yeah,
I'll keep an eye out for it. I think I might like it.
You might. Do you know what? You like space games. I think it might be for
I
you.
do.
I'll just put it out there. But yeah, that's been me this week.
Okay. How about the Chris Mark 5? You've
So,
been quite excited this week, haven't you?
Well, just today.
Oh, just today. Sorry.
Just today. And that'll be my quota probably for the entire year, to be honest. So, kind of over the week. So, Thursday, I went to see Alien Romulus. It was very good. I enjoyed it. Turns out, actually, one of the alien actors was a high school basketball player who was ridiculously tall. When he was like 16, he was like 7 foot something. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. Alien Romulus really good. Lots of impressive gag reflexes on show in Alien Romulus. And yeah, if you've seen that scene, you know which one I'm on about.
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't. Just move on.
The facehugger.
Yeah,
And yeah. Other than that, I've been doing a lot of rescuing Thumans from Thor before exploding with Type A, and I've also been rescuing escape capsules and all that jazz from combat aftermaths in Counter-Strike systems. What are they called?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever they're called. You know, whichever one it is. Been doing that on my Type A, and been having a great time with it.
Excellent.
And yeah, and today at Oasis announced they were doing a worldwide tour next year, and I got very excited because the first 2 gigs are in Cardiff, which means I have about 60% chance of potentially seeing them live because they shouldn't hit each other with guitars by then.
Hopefully. I'm just wondering who's the brokest then if they're doing the reunion tour.
No, he's just had a divorce.
Oh, that would explain it. Yeah. Okay, Claire.
I didn't go and see Alien Romulus because scary films are not for me. So I didn't go and see that. Instead I spent a lot of time nursing my poorly broken foot. I accidentally 2 weeks ago I accidentally I achieved Insanity 2 on a little known game called a Mass Effect. And once I'd done it, completed Insanity 2, once I'd finished the emotional crying that I do, I turned around to get up out of my chair. My walking stick that I must admit I haven't used for months because funnily enough, I'm getting better and it's great. I haven't used it for months. I stood up. My walking stick has been leant against that wall for ages. I turned around, stepped forward, bare feet, kicked the walking stick, and my little toe and like the toe in from my little toe swelled up and went purple. So I'd been dealing with that for a couple of weeks. There's not a lot of purple left now, which is really, really nice. I don't think it broke, but then there isn't really anything that I could have done with it anyway. But there was a lot of times of me sitting, going to stand, and then my foot going, remember you've hurt yourself. Remember you've hurt yourself, you crazy person. Please don't. Be careful, you dickhead. Basically, that's my foot's been reminding me of that for quite a few times. I've been like, I can feel the nights
drawing in. Yeah.
I can feel the nights drawing in, and I'm starting to hit my Claire's sad for no reason period of my life, which happens around this time of year all the time. So I'm perking myself up by like throwing myself into stuff that I love. Things that I love include the game Thank Goodness You're Here, and the which is absolutely brilliant. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. It's a game about the city of Barnesford, I want to say, or the town of Barnesford. It's very cartoony. It's very, very tongue-in-cheek. It is probably where it's so funny. It really is. It's one of the best games I've played this year. Also, today I started Tactical Breach. What is it? Barnesworth. Barnesworth, I think it is, but it's totally not Barnsley. The other game that I played was Tactical Breach Wizards, that came out earlier this week. It's a bit of like an XCOM-esque game, but you're all wizards, but the guns that you're using have staffs shoved into where you would have the barrel of a gun. It's really well made. It's very funny. It's also incredibly funny, very self-aware, and it's part of the studio who made it made Gunpoint as well, and another game that I can't remember the name of, but it's part of their Defenestration trilogy. So you get bonuses for shoving people out of windows, which is brilliant. Elite-wise, I have done more engineering, because as soon as I got those engineering materials, they instantly started burning a hole in my pocket. So I was like, hey, let's build another ship. So I built a Crate Mark II PvE ship, which I've never made before. I normally have a Crate Mark II for Thargoid combat. So I played about with that for a little bit. That seems really cool. And then I've been looking at Buckyball, but I haven't had a chance to do it yet. But I certainly am going to do the Buckyball.
Excellent.
What else? I've nearly got Insanity 3 as well. And when that happens, I will be posting it everywhere. I might even go onto Facebook and post it. And I've not been on Facebook. I did my yearly Facebook visit a couple of weeks back. And the fact that I'm even thinking about, I'm very excited about being like one of the very, very small percent of people who've got Insanity 3. And yeah, that's been about it for me.
Excellent. Now, we have a message from Ben.
Hey guys, and I'm really sorry I can't make it today. I've been slapped down with a spot of real life, and obviously that comes first. Even over 500 blooming amazing episodes. I'm flabbergasted we've made it this far. I'm delighted, I'm honoured, I'm privileged. You guys are the best, the community is the best, and I just love y'all, and hopefully I'll be on next week and see you soon.
Oh, love you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Cheers, Ben. Excellent.
See, wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? Were you worried that it was going to be all weird and stuff? It's not. It was nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was wholesome, and there wasn't a single innuendo in there. I'm worried about him. I don't know about anybody else. That's more of a red flag from Ben than I've ever heard in my life.
He recorded it a while ago as well, so I'm concerned too.
Oh, it's all right. He's redressed the balance and
good. Right. He's redressed the balance.
So
Yes. Let's see. Turns out I've been hoodwinked. Lave seems to reset itself again. The only thing the planet's now producing is coffee and algae. So I'm going to try again to haul massive amounts of agronomic treatment from Leasty to Lave to make Lave grow again. So yeah, that's that's what I'm going to be doing in Elite Dangerous for the next couple of weeks. Apart from that, because of Gamescom, they dropped that Final Fantasy 16 was coming out in 3 weeks. So I did what I should never do, but I did it. I pre-ordered.
Oh no.
So much I went back and started playing 15 again, and I know that I shouldn't play 15 again because it's like a lovely dog, because you'll love that dog and it will always break your heart in the end. So yeah, that's what I find with the Final Fantasy games. It's definitely up there with the Mass Effect endings, if not more, to be honest. So, right. Oh, I very dare me. I very dare me. Right. Well, we have the Chris Mark IV in at Lave Station itself. So let's have a quick look at the development news.
Yeah, don't mind me.
Oh, sorry, Alec.
No,
sorry,
Sodja.
Alec.
No, Alec, you don't get to. Don't worry, it's happened to me before as well. Don't you worry about it, love. It's fine.
Alec, go on.
It's all right.
Sorry.
I just finished my beer here. I'm having a lovely time. I went to I went to the Twinwood Vintage Music and Dance Festival. It's the 4th year we've been. Actually, it's a fabulous festival. It's on a former RAF site in Bedfordshire. It's the site where Glenn Miller's flight last took off from before he disappeared into the Bermuda Triangle. And it's a 3-day, I guess you'd call it a sort of retro swing, jazz and jive festival or something like that. So most people dress up in 1940s, 50s gear. Some people really go for it. Others just put on a pair of braces. There's a lot of rock and roll, so there's a lot of people dress up in sort of Americana rock and roll style, I guess. There's loads of music. It's a beautiful site. It's all sort of in the woods and like in this lovely little sort of wooded glade. There's dance classes, so you can have a go at learning to do like a jive, and seeing like 100 people all in synchronization doing a dance class is something to behold. Lots of beer, lots of cider, lots of lovely weather. Yeah, really, really good day.
Where was that, Alec? I missed you saying where it was.
It's called the Twinwood Vintage Music Festival, Twinwood Festival. Every year on the bank holiday weekend. Really recommend it. It's such a laugh, such a nice. It's an older crowd, I think it's fair to say, but then we are an older crowd, aren't we? So it's all fine.
Yes.
In game, I fanfare. I've done my first ever on-foot engineering.
Oh.
So yeah, so I thought, I've heard this engineering's a lot easier now. So I went to the gun shop. I can't even remember what the stupid place is called. And so I had a look at my Artemis suit, and it turns out I was only a couple of things short of being able to upgrade it. So then I went to the mission board, and I found a mission that gave me those things, and I went and did the mission, and I went back and I G5'd my Artemis suit, and then I did the same on Maverick. I went and looked at what I needed for the upgrade, and I went and found missions that gave me the things, and I did the things. And I G4'd that, so my suits are on their way. It's all very exciting.
Ooh, cool.
It's good. Yeah, it's perfectly doable. I love the fact that you can now just go and go, I need 3 of those. Go to the mission board. There's a mission that gives me 6 of them. I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later, you're going up a grade. It's great. Outside of that, I have been planning, testing, launching, and now judging a buckyball race, which we will cover more of in Community Corner.
More later.
It's good though.
Right. I will now head back to the development news. Well, Frontier Unlocked, FU, that's coming this Wednesday at 8 1800 hours, or 6 o'clock UK time. Hopefully, we'll find out more about the new ship. And isn't Power Play due next month?
It's imminent, I would
Yeah.
say.
I think so.
They said it was next month. So, or are they waiting for all the Thargoids to go first?
I think they're probably on a tight schedule and they're happy for it to overlap.
I think Power Play 2 stops for no man.
Or Bug.
Or Thargoid.
Yeah. So yes, stay tuned to Frontier Unlocked for stuff. I mean, they were over at Gamescom, but it was all Planet Coaster 2, which was.
Did you see what it was called though?
No.
It was called Frontier Unlocked Extra, but it very, very importantly, they spell extra just with the X and not the E. So it was officially fucks, and I enjoyed it.
Excellent.
You're welcome. And like anyone who didn't think, anyone who's like, oh, I don't think Frontier knew what they were doing with that, they 100% absolutely knew what they were doing with that.
Well, they're cheeky boys then, aren't they?
Ah, dear. Tut tuts. You wouldn't forget anybody on this show stooping that low, would we?
No, we have to take pills so we keep it nice and straight. What?
What? Squeeze me? Baking powder? What? Right. One thing that I did want to ask. I mean, now that the Type 8 and the new engineering stuff has bedded in a bit, I just wanted to have a quick run around the crew to see how you're finding it. Because obviously the Type 8 is the Type 8. It's really good for shifting stuff and mining. But we've had 2 weeks, maybe 3, of the new engineering. I just wanted to hear your opinions. Shall we start with Alec?
Well, I mean, yeah. So as I mentioned, the on-foot stuff is pretty favourable actually. It's been nice. I mean, I think we sort of said last week something about the quantities have sort of shifted from feeling impossible to feeling achievable. So yeah, going to an engineer and discovering I need 3 things and being able to do 1 or 2 missions that got me there. Whereas go to an engineer where there's 15 things and there seemed to be no way of getting them other than finding some video where somebody explains how, was just like, I'm never doing that. So it's gone from 0 to nice. I did finally get to do, I know, it was for the buckyball race and I had to stick another SEO drive on. So I got to do the ship engineering. I have to say I don't really like it. The kind of no longer random rolling thing just felt, I don't know, I didn't sort of like it. It felt very pedestrian. Also, what I hadn't appreciated is that because you don't have that thing where you skip levels, you half engineer G3 and it unlocks G4 and you can just move straight onto that. The thing that you didn't know, Colin.
Yeah, thanks.
That one,
thanks
that one?
reminded me. Yes, okay. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I was a bit sorry. I was a bit surprised to realise that actually it feels like it actually takes more rolls to get G5 on something now than it used to. I was like, crikey, this feels like a lot of rolls now. 1 to do that one, 2 to do that one, 3 to do that one, 4 to do that one. Oh, it's like, oh my god, they've actually, I don't know. It felt like they'd actually made it worse, which I wasn't prepared for. Anyway, on the whole,
positive.
Yeah.
Cool. Chris McFall.
Yeah, I've got to come down on the positive angle as well, because I've been putting off some of my engineering because it just takes so long to gather the stuff. So the fact that they've made more stuff more readily available, it's made it a lot easier. So sort of doing collections, even if you're going out and doing a little bit of combat, if you're sort of keeping the pirate numbers down somewhere, then you can gather a lot of your manufactured materials. The thing I've not really delved into too much yet is gathering data and gathering raws. I've not gone off and done a raws run yet, so I'm not quite sure how well that's doing. I had quite a bit stocked up, but I'm needing to venture out and do a bit of that now because I've run out of my original supply.
You need to do some raw dogging.
What's happening?
Okay.
What's going on?
I'll leave that for after the stream. And yeah, got to go off and get a bit of data and bits and pieces as well. I'd feel embarrassed doing that in front of all my friends in the bar today. So.
Excellent. Chris Mark 5. Get the Chris Collective out the way.
Yeah. I've enjoyed the engineering changes. I'm very much enjoyed the Type 8. You can still technically roll early. With some upgrades, you can get an early roll from 3 to 4, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how lucky you are. But yeah, I think they're good changes. I'm bringing some agronomic treatment and evil juice to Lave, so we're gonna have a party. Yeah, I think they're good changes. I enjoy them. I haven't tried on foot stuff because I've been completely put off on foot engineering. I don't think it'll change back for me.
Fair enough. And Claire.
Hi. I'm. It's the arbitrary roles that I don't like. I love the collecting, and it still remains from last week. I haven't changed my opinion on it since, and I've done a fair bit of ship engineering. I haven't tried any on foot engineering because I'm kind of done from foot engineering. I've done the stuff that I need. I'm happy with the builds that I have for the on foot stuff. I'm not chomping at the bit to do any more things along those lines. That said, I hear it's decent, and I do need to do some raws at some point. I need to also go and do some raw dogging at some point and collect those, because those are the ones that are running low now. Apparently, Crash Anacondas are where it's at. But I reserve judgment.
Excellent. Yes. Well, there we go. At the moment, I'm finding engineering so much better because it's just opened up the game again. As Alex said, it's just they felt that the wall to progression was too high, and now that they've lowered it, I'm going to scale it. So yes, that's what we're going to do, and yes, I think we've got a new term now: raw dogging.
No, let's not embrace this.
Right. So a question about, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Why don't they just make it one roll and just add all the numbers up? So
because that's a bigger
grade 5.
That's a bigger UI change, basically. Think if you think about it, they're sliding at the moment. They fixed values instead of sliding values, so that it's fixed based on your reputation on the back end, which can be as messy as you all like. But if you wanted a separate button to max out based on that information, if you wanted to max out based on that information, it would be a different UI change, because people would want the option to do either. Because as Lambda's saying, you may not want to go all the way to grade 5 for a particular part.
No, but I mean, rather than having to press it on 5 times, press it once.
But again, some people are strange in that, or make the choice to only engineer halfway, and that kind of thing's been taken away from you. And I know it's got rid of the randomness, but I would have preferred the randomness with the collecting the way it's changed to, because I feel like one or the other would have been cool. Well, specifically the collection.
Yeah.
Getting the materials is great. Don't take that away from me, but I'd still personally prefer like random rolls.
Excellent. Well, right, okay then. I think I'm going to hand over to Alec for the community news.
And now to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
I was only going to come up with a few things because I know it's going to be a busy show, and I seem to have ended up with loads again. Hey ho, there you go. First up, big, not even our news really, but exciting news, is that the Burr Pit have announced that PitCon 2020, does some maths in my head, excuse me, 2025 is going to happen on April the 26th next year. I guess there'll be a link in the show notes. Don't think tickets are on sale till next month, but
no, they'll be for sale in September.
Cool, very exciting. I didn't go to PitCon last year, and I gather it was a lovely, lovely event. So I'm definitely going to try and go this year. I've already been pestered to try and come up with a to redo the subtle mob that I did for ECM at PitCon. So I will either rework it slightly or maybe come up with a whole new subtle mob for PitCon.
Yeah, they've requested that the Elite Miniatures game makes an appearance as well, so it gives me about 6 months to reprint all the cards and do a new ship. I think maybe the Python Mark 1 or the Chieftain. I'm not quite so sure which yet. But yeah.
Nice. You should do the Python Mark 2, didn't you? Celebrate with something exciting and too much work, maybe.
Well, no, we've got plenty of big fighting ships. I wanted a.
Right, I see.
I wanted something else.
Cool. Yeah, very exciting news indeed. What else, Nick? Oh, also the Burr Pit. I just wanted to throw this in actually, but I did a nice review of the Tobii eye tracker. Now I'm a huge fan of head tracking, and Burr puts it very well in the video as well. It is a bit of a game changer, more than you might imagine actually. And so for ages, I've been using the Track IR device, which is a little thing that sits on top of my monitor in front of me. It's a sort of infrared tracker, and then I have to wear a hat, and I have 3 little shiny things on the hat that it tracks. It's all right. I've got used to it. That's how I play Elite. I don't really have an issue with it. It is a bit sensitive to light, so in bright summer, it suddenly goes. It tends to throw fits and look all over the place. So I do have to go around and close all the curtains. Again, I've just learned to live with that. But watching this review of Tobii eye tracker, I'm thinking again because it sounds bloody fantastic. It's not light sensitive, and it's got a very cool thing these days where it tracks not only your head but your eyes, and can use. I'm gathering it's one of these things that just works instinctively because it sounds complicated on the face of it, but it tracks your eyes and your head movement, and your eyes can effectively be a sort of magnifier. So you can essentially move your head slightly to just make slight movements, but if you want to look over your right shoulder, then you sort of move your head and your eyes, and it makes a much bigger movement. It sounds really cool. I'm actually quite tempted to upgrade my head tracking to and give it a go. Anywho, wanted to just mention that because it's good stuff. Right. There's a lovely video, a bunch of videos I was just going to shout out from, I've mentioned one of these before. It's a Russian YouTuber, I think pronounced Avia Letuchka, and it seems to be part of a squadron that do a bit of aerobatics stuff, and there's a fantastic little music video of them doing aerobatics with a squad of Python Mark IIs, all sort of wingtip to wingtip and doing not exactly red arrowsy stuff, but yeah, some really nice sort of formation breaks and things going on. And incidentally, Burr Pit again, guys, I need to stop plugging them, but I've done an amazing video like with about 35 Python Mark IIs all flying around a canyon, which is something to behold. Anyway, onwards. Fans of Mile 13 Gaming's hilarious Engineers and Elite Dangerous Bee-like videos has finished it off with part 4 in the series, in which engineering is finally fixed. Yay! And Mile 13 Gaming makes a funny video about that. It's a nice little set of videos that now. We have there's loads of Type 8 videos. There've just been hundreds of them, but I really enjoyed this one. It's a short cinematic from Oraxis Animus, who's made some incredible Elite Dangerous videos in the past, and this is just a sort of serenade to the Type 8. It's got some extraordinary cuts in it. It's only about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes long. Well worth a watch. It's a terrific video. And finally, on the video front, I just snuck this one in, but it's Commander Exorcist makes loads of Elite Dangerous videos and live content. But it's nice to see him do a guide. Don't think I've seen him do many guides, and he revisits ground combat zones. Quite rightly too, I think. Actually, he points out that the whole CZ stuff, ground foot CZ, on foot CZs, was sort of a bit lost in all the mess that went around the Odyssey launch. So he's just revisiting them and explaining what they are and what they do. And it's a nice reminder. I watched it and thought, yeah, those look really good. Actually, I need to go and do some more of those because they look bloody good fun. Right, that's it for the videos. A few other things. We've missed a sort of couple of weeks with various things. So Nicey has put out some more blogs on their site. There's a really interesting one on just looking at sort of physics in Elite Dangerous, like power and heat and how that relates to real world power and heat generation and stuff. And it's quite a fun little blog. And then due to popular demand, there was a bit of a follow-up looking at the frame shift drive and kind of looking at real life. Well, I say real life. I'm air quoting heavily now, but theoretical frame shift possibilities like the Albuquerque drive and how that relates to Elite. So yeah, they're a fun read, those two. Next, I have an announcement which I spotted on the FleetCom Discord. This is from Aramis Kamzel, who is a bit of a legend. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say he's possibly the grandfather of Elite Dangerous exploration, or certainly one of them. Anyway, so I will just read this out. It's the 10th anniversary of the Distant Suns expedition this December, and a few of us will be doing a rerun of it if anyone else here is interested. It'll begin on December the 16th, 10 years to the day when Distant Suns began. For your information, Distant Suns was the first expedition to reach the far side of the galaxy, culminating at the star system that later became known as Beagle Point, named after the DSS Beagle that discovered it. I think that was Aramis's ship. Distant Suns was also the precursor to Distant Worlds 1 and Distant Worlds 2. Any old timers still around are welcome to come along too, as well as new players who want a challenge. The idea is to do it old school, as in using ship loadouts of the era. That means no engineering and no using jumponium or hitching a ride on a carrier. None of that existed during Distant Suns. So it's a tough journey to commit to if you do come along. Space madness guaranteed. But naturally, for those who want to come along, doing it via old school exploration is just an option. Players are welcome to use any ship or engineered mods they choose. And there's a map. It's pretty much a beeline from Sol to Beagle Point. I remember Distant Suns. It was almost before I started playing Elite, and I used to follow Aramis's videos, and it was breathtaking at the time because it was just so special, and he was so alone out there. It was extraordinary stuff.
Yes.
A couple of others. Colin, next one is you, I think.
Yes, Top Shift 143 is finally out. It's only taken me about 3 months to put it together eventually. So yeah, that's a review of everything that's happened in update 18. So up to the Type 8 and the engineering changes. Surprisingly enough, I've quite liked it. Spoiler alert. put a link in the show notes, and then back to Alec.
Right, next up, it's there's a buckyball race. It's on now. It's happening as we speak, and it runs until it actually runs until midday Monday. We've shifted our start and end time slightly, so buckyball races now run from midday Friday to midday Monday, basically so that everyone all around the globe gets to play Friday night or their equivalent of Friday night. Yeah, so it's called Zombaland. It's my rethinking after I scrapped my Super Cruise Overcharge Bachman Turner Overcharge race. So I was poking around for something to do, and I had the idea of doing lots of planetary landings. So picking one planet and then visiting maybe half a dozen places scattered around that planet. It's fun for a race because it's quite tricky getting those orbital approaches right, getting the angles right, not hitting the dreaded too fast orbital cruise. And so doing a bunch of them on the same planet, you get a feel for these sort of parabolas that you have to take off quick, get into orbit, cruise around a bit, and then glide back down again. Regulation class is old school, so no Super Cruise overcharge. An unlimited class, you can use Super Cruise overcharge, and it's really interesting. The difference between doing the two is I recommend people do both because they're quite different races. The planet we're doing it on is called Zomba, and we're landing on Zomba, and so I just grabbed the artwork from Zombieland, and hey presto, a race is born, Zombieland. And I've also thrown in the completely nonsense theme about Commander Burr, excuse me, Commander Burr being a zombie. Just to make
As you do.
as you do. And it means I get to insult Burr in every single race update, which I'm enjoying hugely. I'm not sure he is.
Yeah, well, don't they shoot him a lot and he gets back up again? I mean,
Well, yes, you see that the premise is that there's video evidence of Burr being killed in a huge variety of different ways. And yet there he is every Friday. I'm Commander Burr. It's all a bit suspicious, if you ask me. So my contention is that he is in fact a goddamn space zombie, and needs to be taken out by the Buckyball Racing Club. So far, the weapons used are a chainsaw, orbital bombardment by SRVs. Oh gosh, I can't quite read my own writing here. Orbital bombardment SRVs, Valdunican music, and then all your classics: electric guitars, baseball bats, cricket bats, shotguns. Come and race, and while you're at it, take out Burr with the weapon of your choice.
It's like he's related to Wile E. Coyote or something.
What's not to love? Currently, we've got a bunch of times on both leaderboards. It's sort of warming up slowly. We've got half a dozen on each leaderboard. Shay is winning unlimited, surprise, surprise, and Osric is currently winning in regulation. But we've got quite a few more days yet, so yeah, it's a good laugh. And I'm really glad to hear you're going to have a go, Claire, because I think it would be a really
So
fun live stream.
excited. I'm so excited to actually give it a go. And it's the first one in a little while where I've gone, oh yeah, this looks, because it's so different, because you're taking off from the same planet and landing on that planet. And I want to go for the SRV bonus and like have all of the shenanigans and all of that fun. I'm just looking forward to it. It's giving me something to do on a Thursday, mate, to be fair.
I just want to talk on that briefly. I've done a thing with the bonuses. I'm often not a fan of bonuses, and I had a bit of a think about why. And it's because they often become the be all and end all of the race. It's like you have to do the bonus, or there's no point doing the run. So I have tried really hard with this race to make the bonuses carefully thought out. So, for example, there's a shieldless bonus. So if you run without shields and no repairs and land on and finish on 100% hull, then you get a minute. It's not a huge bonus, but it's there if you want it. It's definitely doable. You have to fly slower to land that carefully. So, trade off, it might take you 30, 40 seconds slower to be that careful, but you get a minute. So, and with the SRV bonus, what I've done is I've tried something I think is working, where normally what happens with the SRV is you get people like me and Shay and you get people who haven't devoted 2,000 hours of their lives to learning how to fly with the SRV. And the difference between them is huge, and it completely dominates the race. So like Shay will do the SRV section of this race in 3 minutes, and somebody else might take 8 minutes. And there's no way you can make up those 5 minutes in the other aspects of the race. So it completely dominates. So what I've done is I've divided the time it takes to do the SRV section by 4 effectively, and then given an additional 2.5 minute bonus. So what it means is if Shay does it in 4 and you do it in 8, it's as if he did it in 2 and you did it in 4. So there's only 2 minutes difference. It's like I think it's working quite well. I probably could have gone even further with it. So the bottom line is, even if you're not great at the SRV, unless it's going to take you 10 minutes, which I don't think it will. I did it in 6 in the it might. I did it in 6 in the Scorpion, for goodness sake. So
yeah, it's still. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
It's worth a shot.
But the idea is, unless you're truly terrible at the SRV, in which case you probably don't enjoy it anyway, then it's probably worth doing.
Okay.
That's the idea. Sorry, where were we? What were we saying? I think it was Colin next about the CQC.
Oh, right, yes. There's something I didn't realise myself. The best CQCer in the galaxy, that's Commander Musketeer, for those of you who don't know, he's actually got a YouTube channel. So, if you want to actually pick up some hints at how to beat other CQCers, then he broadcasts some matches and a whole load of hints with it, which it could have come in handy a couple of weeks ago when I went up against him. But yes. So, yeah, it does also go to, just to give CQC a little plug, it just goes to show how good CQC actually is when you get a full crew in there. Because, yeah, it's fun.
And I think the last one somebody else put in as well. I
Yeah,
was aware of this.
This was, Commander Rootsrat, one of the moderators on the forums. He did his annual cheese charity play for special effect. He was going to go and stream for either 12 or 24 hours with a whole load of raffle prizes. I mean, pity he couldn't have raffled off a certain pair of pants we all know, and will probably be involved in divorce proceedings. Now, if you want more details or if you want to donate, we've put a link in the show notes.
I have an update for you on that if you'd like.
Okay.
Imagine I did have an update. Hang on, scrolling really, really hard. Just a second. Not that one, this one. I'm nearly there. Talk amongst yourselves. What I will say, hey, I know that there's a lot of people trying to get into Lave Station at the moment. Brief interlude. I know there's a lot of people trying to get into Lave Station at the moment. Sound off in chat if you are. There are people in there who will more than happily friend you and anchor you in so we can get more people in there and Chris can fill up his notepad a little bit more. Anyway, the final figure from Roots Rat, they reached it at the moment, at least they've reached an astonishing £1,930 and 21p. That is between the fundraiser and the auctions. There's your update for you. Incredible job, Roots Rat. Wonderful, worthy charity. Congratulations, mate.
Oh, that's excellent. So yeah, if you have a community event taking place soon or you'd like us to talk about it on the airwaves, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or email us at info@laveradio.com. So, quickly touching on the in-game events this week. Well, we've actually had 3, which has been weird. Well, it's been 2 weeks, I suppose. Utopia has failed to reinforce its research archive library. This is one of these weird community goals which one passed and one didn't. And when I mean the one passed, it just scraped over the line. So yeah, that was fun. But apparently, the Sirius Corporation is going, well, if you can look after your stuff, we'll happily take it on.
That was the one where at one point on the Elite website we got completed and failed at the same time.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. It was Schrodinger's mission. No one knew if it was completed or failed at one point.
Yeah, at one point the news was there going, it's passed. And then the next one was, it failed.
It was great. Love it. Keep on keeping on, gang.
So basically, they built a brand new wing, nothing to put in it. Yes. There was, of course, the Thor Thargoid War Bulletin, all but with Thor being, well, hammered. We're now down to 2 Titans, and everyone seems to be quite happy with that. So, yeah.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yes, and now I've actually missed out on this one. The Kumo crew has claimed responsibility for an explosion on Nanoman 1. The what? Is the Kumo crew suddenly decided, everybody's bored with Thargoids, let's spice things up a bit?
It is a spicy update. It's very much, hey, let's get people excited about the fact that we're changing power play and give them life within the galaxy again. But then we haven't heard anything for like a week now. So who knows?
Everything's gone quiet again. Okay. So yeah, they're tidying up the wreckage at the moment. Yes. And there was a public announcement from Archon Delaney and all the rest of it. So, quickly, let's have a look at the Thargoid War update. There were 3 alerts this week, all of them defeated. 6 invasions this week, all defeated. There were 346 systems controlled by the Thargoids, of which 31 have been liberated. We have 2 Titans left, and 16 systems are in recovery. Yes. I think the last Titan at the moment still got another 120 systems to go, but, judging by this rate...
It'll be a little while, I think. It's not going to be Christmas, but it'll be a little while.
I think we're getting rid of 1 a month at the moment, so that seems to be working okay. Right. And that brings us to a time of the week again.
Store alert!
And welcome back. Well, the store alert has a few things which were a bit of a surprise this week. There seem to be more of the Type 8 stripe skins put into the store.
They weren't more. That was a little while back. They weren't more. We just missed out on them. We covered them the week before. The ones that are brand new are haulage, which are the ones that came out this week. It's the haulage types. We did just cover the stripes. We kind of went back on it and did it half and half because we didn't have all of the information.
Gotcha. But the new one, Thargoid bobbleheads.
Yes.
So if you want more than just a Cyclops, Banshee and the Titan.
You dropped a bit there, Colin.
We did drop a little bit. Do you want to
rewind
and say it again?
You've got Thargoid bobbleheads. You've got a choice of either the Revenant, the Banshee, or the Titan just to wobble about on your cockpit. So, yes, they're about 8,000 arcs each. So...
When I said I wanted to own a Thargoid ship, this is not what I meant.
But okay, you'll be happy with what you get, all right?
All right. I'll be fine with it. This is not what I wanted, all right? This is not it.
All right, stop more, bitch. Okay.
Yeah,
it is great. I do love the little Titan. It's so cool.
The Titan lights up, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Do, yes.
Yeah, I don't know about the other two. I would have loved to have seen the Revenant light up. I think I'm unlikely to purchase them at 8K, but when Frontier do a wind back during a lovely sale period, potentially towards the end of November, maybe, then I will probably grab a Titan because they're cool.
I don't know. I think I prefer a Banshee because I like blowing them up.
Yeah, I'm not good with the Banshees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure if we should be suing after our Tickle Me Thargoid idea. I'm just...
It's not quite the same.
I think our people will speak to their people and see if there's any similarities there. That's it.
I don't know necessarily that it's IP infringement at this moment, Chris.
There'll be somebody who's managed to IP a Thargoid somewhere. Yeah. Right. Well, we're going to take an ad break. And when we come back from the ad break, I think we want to talk about something about 500.
Nah, I don't think it's important.
No, don't know what that is.
New from Azimuth Biotech, it's Tickle Me Thargoid. Tickle Me Thargoid is fun for all the family. Teach your little anti-Xeno commander the difference between an Orthrus and a Cyclops, a Basilisk and a Medusa.
Count the hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a Cyclops.
teach them their weakness and how to exploit them.
Now rip out the hearts.
First time. You know, we've always
One
got to
by
calibrate
one.
the targeting scanners, haven't we,
I
outside the
don't
station?
want to.
Do it. Using the tool. Do it.
Now stomp on its face. Smash its face in.
I've got them.
Tickle Me Thargoid, available now from branches of Lave Toy Depot and other retailers.
We all know what it's like. You're busy managing your settlement when suddenly the alarms go off.
Oh no, not again.
That's right. A commander with a Federation naval rank of Admiral, an Imperial King no less, has landed in a ship worth over 100 million credits and is killing all your staff, while they look around for a 10 credit adhesive to glue an upgraded scope to their 100,000 credit assault rifle. They fly away with their super glue and you're left with a problem. How are you going to get your agricultural plant back up and running?
How am I going to get my plant up and running?
How are you going to find staff at short notice?
How am I going to find staff at short notice?
How are you going to deal with all those bodies?
There's bodies everywhere, and they've stained the carpet.
Wonder no longer. Call Aries Crime Scene Cleanup Services.
Hello, I'm Harry from Harry's Mine. After a sudden increase in robberies and murders by commanders since 3307, I've gained valuable expertise in cleaning up bodies, recruiting new staff and restocking stationary lockers. Now you can benefit from my experience by signing up to our Crime Scene Cleanup Service subscription plan.
That's right. For only a small monthly fee, when your settlement alarms are activated, our rapid response cleanup crew will be dispatched, along with our patented Cadaver Scoop 150. The Cadaver Scoop 150 can be mounted to surface reconnaissance vehicles and skimmers to make tidying up your settlement a breeze.
Wow, the bodies are gone.
Our recruitment team has potential new employees on standby across the galaxy, ready to fill your vacant roles in security, logistics, administration, processing, and more.
My plant's operational again. Thanks, Aries Crime Scenes Cleanup Services.
Aries Crime Scene Cleanup Services. We'll have your settlement as good as new before the next ship arrives. Cadaver Scoop 150 disposal bags sold separately. Have you been affected by Azimuth Biotech's provocation of the Thargoid menace? At Turner & Fig, we're ready to pursue claims against Azimuth Biotech as part of our class action lawsuit.
My son has started worshipping the Thargoid god and keeps bringing home human sacrifices. Am I entitled to compensation?
Yes, you are.
My daughter was aboard the Bright Sentinel. I keep calling Azimuth to find out where she is, but I always get their voicemail.
Thank you for calling Azimuth Biotech. We're sorry, but
salvation
is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
Am I entitled to compensation?
Yes, you are.
I was selling escape pod occupants into slavery, but now Thargoids keep taking the escape pods instead. Am I entitled to compensation?
I suppose so. Thousands, maybe millions of people are due compensation from Azimuth Biotech. Contact us today. Turner & Fig, cleaning out Azimuth Biotech for a huge portion of your compensation.
Well, welcome back. Now, we've done 500 episodes.
Wow.
And they want us to do 500 more. So,
Why?
Madness.
So, yeah, Claire, you say that we've collected a few.
Yeah, so
messages.
I put out a tweet. I did some asking about, and we got a little something with a group of people who have very, very kindly wished to say some words for our 500th.
This is Commander JN Trax and the rest of the Loose Screws crew wishing you guys a great International Bat Night As an ecologically minded person, I think it's so cool that you all are bringing attention to Bat Night, celebrated in more than 30 countries around Europe, breaking down the barriers between humans and bats by spreading information about the way bats live. And
hold on, Trax, hold up. It's actually their 500th episode.
Oh my God, well, this is embarrassing.
Hey, Lave Radio, this is Commander Oblivious. Lave is the reason I found the Loose Screws. And now I'm on their Bloody Redneck Loose Screws podcast. And I say bloody too much. It's your bloody fault, Lave. Congratulations on your 500th podcast, even if it is a week late. Must have been a bank holiday.
Hey, Lave Radio. Want to wish you guys a happy 500.
Commander Chig here, just congratulating you guys on 500 episodes of Lave Radio. No, wait, are these metric or like freedom episodes? I don't know how to count these. Do they have more or less than us? I don't know. Something, cheese, grats, good job.
You guys certainly are a role model, and I'll tell you what, if Loose Screws ever decides to start trying to do a good job, you are the role model that I am going to look to for that.
Hi, everybody. This is Commander Kinetic Impulsor, or Tony from the Guard Frequency podcast, here recording episode 496, only 4 episodes behind Lave Radio. And we would have done it too, except for the chronic absenteeism of 3 of our 4 hosts. Let me introduce the one that isn't the problem. Take it away, Jeff.
Hey, this is Jeff from Guard Frequency. Happy 500, you bastard.
This is Commander Kinshadow from Guard Frequency, and just here to say happy 500, Lave Radio.
I want to first apologize to Tony because I definitely contributed to the delays which resulted in us ultimately being overtaken by Lave Radio. It's just so often I can't make it in because I'm trying to catch up on Lave Radio. So I apologize, Tony, for all the times that has happened, and happy 500, guys, and I'm waiting for my check.
Perfect.
On behalf of His Eminence Alvin Deefer and the entire team over at Hutton Orbital Radio, we would like to wish our sister station, Lave Radio, a very orange and spinny congratulations on 500 shows.
This is Commander Wotherspoon of Galnet News Digest. I was an early backer of Elite Dangerous, but I didn't follow news of its development. It was when the game released that I discovered the treasure trove of the Lave Radio back catalogue. They'd been busily putting out episodes for nearly 2 years. It was an erudite podcast back then, full of game design theory and theory crafting. And I absolutely had to listen to all the episodes. It was my primary source for everything in Elite, and it stayed that way until September that year, when the campaign to create the Hutton Mug finally got me playing with other players. A year later, Commander Psychocow kindly started playing my Galnet News Digest at the end of the show. Lave Radio went through its difficult adolescent years at around the time Odyssey came out, but it survived the raging hormones and has emerged into adulthood a stronger, more rounded and more engaging podcast as a consequence. It's still 500 episodes on, one of the key resources for players wanting to know what's happening in the universe of Elite and the fantastic community that surrounds it.
Hello, Lave Radio. This picture's for you, for the Orange Sidewinder crew. Elite Dangerous is what you do, and then you talk a lot about it too. Sci-fi gamer, DJ fans, this is your show. It's a podcast that's based on a game. Not to listen would be such a shame. It makes other stations sound very lame, apart from possibly Black Diamond FM, apparently. I enjoy listening to it myself, and I have even had the pleasure of meeting some of the people who entertain us so happily. Here is a picture which shows the heritage of the game and your impact upon it. As you can see, I have the traditional HUD, which is the overlay at the bottom of the screen that is now 40 years old. And behind that you can see a pleasing graphical glitch with 2 planets intersecting. Finally, you can see the orange Sidewinder, which itself is now a memory, and it's radiating radio signals. Thank you for bringing everybody so much fun and enjoyment. Long may it continue.
Hi Lave Radio, it's me, Katie Anna. Congratulations on your 500th and final show. You've had an excellent run over the years, but it's nice to see you finished on a big round number. Oh, really? They're still going? Wow. Okay, so congrats, gang, and best of luck for the future. Here's to the next 500.
Hey, y'all, it's Crispy Tater Todd over on Twitch. Just wanted to say congratulations to everyone at Lave Radio. 500 episodes is a huge milestone, and y'all should be really proud of that. As a fellow creator, I can understand just how much work that is as well, and we all from the community really appreciate that. Thanks for the impact you've made on the game and its community. It's truly a wonderful milestone. Congrats again, keep it up, and remember, follow me on Twitch.
Hello, Lave Radio. Commander Epapus here. A massive congratulations for reaching 500 episodes. That's quite the achievement. Hang on, is that a deer? Be right back.
Oh, 7 Commanders. This is Katie Chaos, Elite Dangerous partner streamer and mistress of Murder Buggy. Just wishing you all an absolutely amazing 500th episode, and I hope there are many, many more to come. Right on, Commanders. Have a good one. Catch you soon.
Good evening, Lave Radio. This is Commander Exorcist, and I wanted to say congratulations on reaching 500 episodes. That is a monumental achievement, and what you guys do is very important for the health and well-being of our community. We are extremely appreciative of everything that you... I'm not exactly sure what it is you do, but I'm very sure that it's important and that it's good for us all. No, seriously, I freaking love you guys, and looking forward to another 500 out of all of you. All right? Hey, you guys, take care. Fly safe, and I'll see you out there.
Greetings, this is Commander Takoso. 500 episodes, I hear. Well done, Lavians. Have a great show. That's a lot of swearing to fit in all those episodes. See you soon. Bye.
Hi, I'm Commander Rini.
And I'm Commander Burr.
We just wanted to say congratulations to everyone at Lave Radio on your 500th episode. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, really incredible achievement. Well done, all of you. Looking forward to 500 more.
Hello, it's Harry from Harry's Mine. As you know, our clean-up services have been proud supporters of the geezers over at Lave, and the boys here would love to wish everyone over at Lave a Gary 500th episode. Make sure you give 'em your bees and have a good bottle, you slags.
Hi there, folks. Araxis Animus here. 500 episodes. Wow, it's all started well before my time, and it's still going amazingly strong, which is super cool, and I'm really happy about it. The team has been the colloquial guiding star for the community, bringing us together and making this galaxy feel more like home. Their insightful discussions, the news, and the community corner have kept us all informed, inspired, and entertained over the years. It's pure passion and commitment, so I applaud everyone who made it all possible. Here's to 500 more. Onwards and upwards, Commanders. Arax is out.
Hello. Hello. Wow, why did I answer? That's like I answered the phone. Hello, it's me again. You may have heard from me at ECM, and now we're here celebrating 500 episodes of Lave Radio, is it? What? Sorry? I am, if you don't know who I am, oh gosh, it's Sally Morgan Moore here. If you're new to the Elite Universe, I'm sad that I didn't get to meet you. I'm ex-Frontier community manager, but for those who do know me, I will continue to be your biggest fan. Just got back from Gamescom, so please ignore me if I'm a little bit delirious. Psychic, slave driver, I'm joking. It's like, where's my voice message? I'm still joking. I desperately wanted to send this, so apologies if my voice is a little bit wobbly. All systems go. Lave Radio, 500 episodes, absolute stars. Love you to bits. Can't wait for another 500, right? And more. And more. Just Elite is evolving. You are all evolving with it beautifully. I am so proud and will always, always, always be so, so proud of you and everybody involved in Elite. No question of it. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go back to my fantasy realm. Huge love again, and I hope you have an amazing time celebrating how awesome you all are. And hopefully I'll see you around. Honestly, I'd love to see some of you all again. And, you know, if the time happens, then I will be right there. Big love. Take it easy and speak soon. Bye. Mwah.
Hello to the entire Lave Radio crew. 500 episodes. That is a marathon run. And you keep going. You just keep going. A huge love and thanks from everyone here at Frontier Towers. What you do is really special. It's funny, it's quirky, it's definably you. Here's to 500 more episodes, you crazy, wonderful, lovely bunch of heroes. See you soon.
I say, it's Cecil here. 500, that's more than the drinks I've had in the last week. That's quite exceptional. Don't get too much of a hangover, will you? For the mug, in a mug, mug.
Well, hello, Lave Radio. It's your old chum, old Dexys. I'm just popping on down from Tottenham Road and heard it was your 500th birthday. Well, many happy returns, Governor. I think this occasion calls for a little song. Happy birthday, Governor. Happy birthday, Governor. Happy birthday, Lave Radio. Happy birthday, me brother in it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's amazing.
God blimey. Oh, blimey. So before we go any further, I'm just going to shout out everybody who participated or sent in things. So to thank Loose Screws, Guard Frequency, Hutton Truckers, Wotherspoon, Beetle Jude, Katie Anna, Crispy Tater Tot, Epaphras, Katie Chaos, Commander Exorcist, Tukoso, The Burr Pit, Nikki Dangerous reprising her role of Ari from Ari's Mine, Araxis Animus, Sally Morgan Moore, Arthur Tomey, David Pearson, and Cecil, who sent me like 7 different voices, all of which witching as well. But for the sake of our sanity, I limited it. And then Audaxius for the musical number at the end. Thank you so much. That was an absolute pleasure to edit. And oh man, I'm emotional.
Yeah.
Oh
dear.
Yes,
everyone.
that was a bit of a shock, to be honest. I mean, it is a big number though. Crazy. I mean, so but we're not finished yet because 500.5 is going to be due. Now that's a show that's featuring the original Lave Radio crew, including second technician Fozza Forrester, the Chris Mark I, the Lave station commander Dr. Alan Stroud, head of the station itself, head of entertainment Commander Christopher Jarvis, Commander Thane, chief of operations Commander Gwyn Dewar, that's John Stabler, and of course the chief bar steward Grant Woolcott. Will be an episode which we'll be putting out later in the week, but yes. You should be able to listen to it live at some point on Thursday, not to overlap with Hutton, but maybe a little bit before Hutton, and then we'll raid into. Did we have another drop there?
I think we did.
I think we did. Bloody hell!
It's Discord wishing us happy birthday.
Yeah,
in its own
that's
quirky
exactly
way.
what it is. Yeah, we didn't used to have this trouble with Discord. We didn't. I'm waiting for Ben to get back to do some twiddly things on the. Nope, not saying that out loud. I'm going to stop.
That's a completely separate stream, that one, isn't it?
No,
You knew where that was going, and I stopped it.
thankfully. Right. Well, of course, that brings us to Lave Radio's question of the week.
Hang on. Wait. Talk amongst yourselves. Like we can talk about 500s.
Yeah.
Can we not? Let's talk about it. How?
Well,
It's a lot. Somebody else on Lave did this, but I just today listened back to episode 400.
I did that. It was me.
Yeah, it's funny, wasn't it? Because it came live from LaveCon, actually.
It did, yeah.
And it was interesting that we were all going, oh my God, well, there's no way we can keep this up or something. And here we are.
yeah. Yeah, it's ironic because at the beginning of the year, when everything was quiet with Frontier, we were seriously thinking perhaps maybe at 500.
Yeah, there was
maybe.
a wobble, wasn't there? We were running out of things to talk about, to be honest. And then Frontier delivered us the fabulous package of stuff that we've seen this year. And hey presto.
Yeah,
Turns
plenty
out-
of stuff to talk about. I mean,
Yeah,
great.
turns out we're not talked out after all.
Just slightly. I mean, oh, good God, I've done over 400 episodes of the 500.
That's
So-
bonkers, Colin. Colin, I think you need a break, mate.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, originally started on the retro Lave, and then we moved to the proper Lave because
Do you get promoted?
I get promoted.
Wow.
I know. And then sort of everybody kind of dropped out a bit, and me and Ben were going, I think we're the only ones doing it anymore. So we've brought various people on from time to time. There isn't one high point. There are so many. Mostly all the people that I've met because of Lave. And also the amount of people that say that I look nothing like my voice, which is always a weird one to me.
Is anybody?
Yeah, so I don't know what they've got. I don't know what image you've got in your head, but obviously it's not it. So, yeah, there's been a couple of high points. So yeah, I think doing the Lave cons were always good. And I'm so glad that ECM we got together and did it one more time in ECM. So yes, God, 500.
500. It's a lot, isn't it? Before this week, I would have told you categorically that I was not. I'd nowhere near done 100 episodes. I was not in episode 400, not at all. But I watched, as Alex said, I watched episode 400, and it was at LaveCon. I'm definitely in it. And by that point, I'd done like 70 episodes. So, gosh.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you've done that many, and then all of a sudden you count them up.
Yeah, so suddenly I'm pushing 200 and I'm like, oh, crikey. It's I have loads and loads of high points. I'm like, on the 400th, we talked about our high points, and it still remains a really, really high point. Was having a recorded reaction of me finding out that I'd got Twitch partner was really, really cool, and a really cool thing to be able to share with you guys, because I was like baby new at that point. I think I'd maybe done like 4 episodes, something like that. It was I was so new to Lave, and I was nervous as hell every time I did it, because Lave is such an institution when it comes to elite, when it comes to like the Elite Dangerous verse, and it's been really nice. Another big personal highlight was when we brought Alec on. It was a really, really, really cool thing, and it just set the balance right. Starting to turn also when we turn to having more input from our listeners and our community. Yeah, it's been a real journey. The last the last 100 episodes have been a real journey, because I remember being vividly being in that conversation and thinking, how are we going to even get to 500, let alone reach it? And we were at that point where we were going, oh, did we drop to like an episode every other week? And then maybe that will get us to the end of the year. And now it's just like, oh, how the turntables. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Admittedly, it's just when we thought that was going to be it.
Just when we were like, yes, we could be the ones who sunset it. No, it wasn't. That wasn't the case at all.
Okay, Chris Mark 4.
Me?
Don't worry, Alec, I'm going to come to you next.
Little me. No, I mean, for me, the 400th was special because it was the first time I got to meet everyone in person after being sort of involved in Lave for a little while doing tech sort of during COVID times and whatnot. It was great to finally get to meet people in person. I mean, on-air memories. I mean, my thing is, it's just... I'm going to say it's a privilege to be here, because I used to listen to Lave all the time when I was sort of space trucking, sort of my Tuesdays and Thursdays. I had my Tuesday to listen to Lave and sort of do a bit of hauling or take part in a CG or go off and do something. And then my Thursday, I would be listening to Hutton doing the exact same thing. It was my appointment listening when I was in game. So yeah, just to be involved is fantastic. And everyone's been really, really welcoming over the years. So yeah. Been absolutely great.
Excellent. I must admit that 400 was weird because if a lot of new people had come on board, and we were first time we'd all really met up properly. To be honest,
I was so hungover.
I turned up one day late.
You turned up one day late, and I was hanging
by a
so
thread.
hard.
Yeah.
It was oh man.
Surviving on the 3 biscuits that they had left out in the corner. The driest
I like
of digestives ever.
I think at one point someone bought a biscuit to me, and I just looked at it for almost an hour. I just sat staring at this biscuit when you were all having a conversation around me. I was like, oh no.
I liked how, listening back to episode 400, Claire, you already had the water strategy. You just didn't deploy it. It was right there. You talked about it.
But... why did I not use it?
Failed to
Damn
deploy.
You pesky alcohol and your tastiness. Problem is, it's Wheat Moorish is what it is.
Yeah. Alec, yes, you're the well, not the latest, but one of the later members.
Yeah, no,
now,
I still very much feel like the new boy, and to be honest, I still feel more like a listener than I do one of the hosts here. You know, I've always listened to Lave Radio. I probably have been that person that listened to all 500 episodes and could have walked to San Francisco. Lave Radio accompanies me on my. I have a commute into London every day on the trains, and it just makes that so much more entertaining and enjoyable. You know, I take everyone on the show with me, and I mean, I'm sort of still in the world of Elite Dangerous, which I adore, even when I'm commuting to work, which is lovely. I mean, I couldn't possibly pick out a favorite episode. I was thinking about. I mean, I really like all the people, and I do mean every single person that's been a host of this show. I think all voices are valid. You know, it's one of the reasons I like things like the forum. I like the different things that people have to contribute. Some people, on the face of it, you know, contribute a lot. They have a lot of knowledge and they convey the knowledge very well. But other people have their character which chips in, and so I love the mix. I think more than anything of all the different voices. It's great at the moment, but it's always been great. I have very fond memories. We talk about it from Elite Dangerous community managers, and a bunch of us have a fond spot for the Ed Lewis days. You know, I have very fond memories of the sort of Fozzer hosted days of Lave Radio. I don't know whether that was just where I was at the time in life, but I remember enjoying those a lot. I also wanted to shout out, I don't know how long he was on the show, but Souverine.
Oh, Souverine was on for a good couple of years, good 3
Right.
years or so.
I loved Souverine's clarity. There would be a classic Lave Radio debate that would go backwards and forwards, and we weren't quite sure about something, and then Souverine would just cut through it all with these beautiful, perfect statements that would make you kind of smack yourself in the forehead and go, "Oh yes, that's exactly what it's about." But no, everyone, I've loved the mix, and I couldn't possibly pick out an episode. And long may it continue.
Yeah, I mean I think the one episode that really does stick in my mind every single time is the time we live on air for the first time we put a Guardian relic inside the Thargoid machine. We didn't know what we were doing. Stephen Usher said it was a good idea, and we basically, wet ourselves because we weren't expecting that to happen.
It's all Lave Radio's fault.
Yes, it's all Lave Radio's fault. We literally thought we were going to get. We thought we were going to get swarmed with Thargoids. We thought we had triggered the next Thargoid war. Turned out we had to wait about 3-4 years for Salvation to do that, but we were there first. Yes, because the reactions were quite genuine.
Hang on, wait. You did it before you could do it? You did it before it was a thing that had a result, just to clarify.
Yeah.
God,
We were the
God, I
first.
mean, if only there were other instances where you'd been present for something and just missed it.
No, this one was certainly not missed because we were just going, what the hell have we done? Ah, dear. Yes, that was. Yeah, we certainly thought we'd kicked off the next Thargoid war when that happened. So that was, yeah.
Back in the days when Lave Radio science was good, unlike recent attempts to observe Titan explosions.
Yes.
Right. Maybe it was Lave. Maybe we did trigger it. Maybe that was it. It's all Lave's fault. It's definitely not Salvation. He did nothing. It was just Lave Radio.
I think it's still available on the Lave in the Lave Radio YouTube, actually.
Everything is available on the Lave Radio YouTube.
Yes. So if you want to hear the old hosts sounding panicked, that's the best place to do it. Right. Well, I guess we'll move on to the questions of the week, which was, what has been a highlight of Lave Radio for you over the last 500 episodes? We'll read them emotionally.
So I've got Frank87 who says, emotionally, sure, but which emotion is more of the question? Pink Custard Song, Lave Radio.
Yeah, that is definitely the emotion of disgust.
Certainly is here to stay, Dio.
Oh God, no, please.
I hate this. I hate it here. I think we're done.
Moving onwards, Katiana says the last LaveCon, obviously. I have 2 recent highlights, though. I loved when you had Darren on as a guest. It was a really thoughtful and thought-provoking discussion. Yeah, it was actually fantastic. It was great, but nothing will beat watching the destruction of Indra. Absolute perfection. Thank you. We try to deliver.
It was a beautiful moment. Almost perfection.
Yeah, I got Nicey. I found you guys by looking around on Inara first time playing and listening to you discuss something Thargoidy as a complete newbie, thinking, I'm going to be with this game for a while. Smiling happy face.
Come and join us.
Yes, one of us.
I still hate it here.
I have Commander Mad Dog. Discovering Lave Radio itself was a wonderful moment. Knowing and hearing a whole community of nerds in a silly space game that we play was and still is amazing.
Excellent.
Oh, sorry. I have got Finn McRaven. I have gaming friends, but none of them play Elite, so it can often be a lonely experience, as I don't like making digital pals. So thank God for you guys each week who have acted as a surrogate crew over the years. You make Elite 100 times better, and long may you continue. Thanks.
I just know, thank you, but I also want to make the case for Digital Pals. Digital Pals are really cool. You're sleeping on it. Make friends online. They're good people. And then you end up traveling and meeting up with them, and it's also dope. Can confirm.
Yeah. Kessinik, who just says, seeing you guys live at LaveCon for the 400th episode. I'm glad I listened back to it now.
That was the tweet that made me do it.
Right.
No, you're going to make me listen to 400 now.
I mean, listen to 400 because it is really good, and there is something really, really. I laughed at it for other reasons as well, because from conversations that we've had since. So I highly recommend that you listen to it, Colin, because there is something that you will really enjoy.
There's a dynamic in the air that I didn't see at the time, but I do see it now. Anyway.
Right, I've got Rangers GSTQ. 3 things for me. Cow's toilet updates. We still don't know whether he's finished them. Great. Colin's clumliness. Thanks. So glad to know that my broken arms have brought you so much enjoyment.
I mean, thank you. Personal thanks for me for that as well. Thanks, Colin.
And Pink Custard's Lave song. You could go off someone.
Amazing, incredible. Commander Mr. Indigo says, Lave Radio is a lighthouse in dark, mostly empty space. It led me from seeing the occasional human blip to having a community of friends I hold dear, and Alec.
What?
Your persistence and good humour are inseparable from the legacy of this forever game. Congratulations and thank you. I really love that.
Oh,
I really, really love that.
It's all right.
I've got one from Stephen Usher. Cow's bathroom updates. Oh, and of course, Lave Radio and Canon taking Guardian relics and plug them into the Thargoid ground site to see what happened. All in the name of science.
And brown pants.
And there it is.
Oh my gosh.
We've got Commander Schnails. I'm not sure I could name any one thing, but then after my near 10-year hiatus, I did miss a few episodes. Finding you were still going brought me back to the game, to the point even that I made it to ECM. Who knows, next year I might even talk to more than 4 people. I do still get the grin out the adverts, however, the 2 lines that get me every time. It's a family of 4 from Etienne
It's a family of 4!
Unspecified Meatemporium, and a rarely sinister Do It from the Tickle Me Fargoid advert. I mean, I should have said that, really. It's a highlight for me, actually, is getting an advert played on Lave and amongst all the things that I'd heard so many different times, in between Watt and Brittany and whatnot, I get my adverts on.
And they're brilliant.
Thank you, Commander Schnails.
Brilliant. Rocky Star, who just says, any of Colin's attempts at pronouncing commander names.
Thank you.
Do you know, Colin, since we're talking about reflecting on things, I've never actually done this, but referring back to when I was a long-time listener and not a host, every year at LaveCon, I meant to bring you. This is a lame joke. Sorry, it appealed to me at the time. I meant to bring you an orange with wider written on it, and hand it to you and go, "It's an orange signed wider."
Oh my god!
Is that how Colin used to pronounce it?
Anyway, sorry to drag that up, but I never got around.
Bless you, Colin.
I never got around to buying you that orange, but the thought was always there.
My goodness. I mean, yeah. let's just say that my pronunciation. I know, I'm trying my best.
Sometimes I write words phonetically for Colin in this so that it works, and that's a good thing. I've started doing that.
Never change, and that goes to everyone. It's what I was saying earlier about it being this lovely mix of people with their personalities. None of you ever
100%.
change.
Yeah, but I'm getting my own back on the guard frequency. They've got a lot of Scottish terms to try and pronounce, so I'll be looking forward to hearing them try. So I've got DJ Wiley. For me, it was the coverage of Distant Worlds 2 back in 2019. The expedition launched during the first Thargoid invasion, so there was lots going on. I eagerly tuned in every week for the latest updates and discussions. The community was so positive and optimistic. My most nostalgic Elite memories are from around that time. Because we sent, I think it was Ben and Shan decided to go out on Distant Worlds 2. So we were getting updates from them while I stayed behind and fought the Thargoids. So, yeah. I think Suverine did as well. So yeah, there was 3 people being involved with Distant Worlds 2, and it took him a long time to come back.
I can imagine, because it was a fair. How long did Distant Worlds 2 go on for?
Distant Worlds
before my time.
Yeah, it was something that Frontier decided to support. So when people got to Beagle Point, that's when Darren had spent almost a month trying to put the anacondas in the ground, and remember the system was not accepting it. So he was going a bit doolally on that one, but yeah, it took 3 months for people to get all the way across to the other side of the galaxy, and when everybody got there, then they all had to. They thought, "Hey, we're all here," and then they realised they've got to come all the way back. So yeah, I think it was overall about 4 months until everybody was back in the bubble again. Yeah, it was
I
crazy.
imagine there's probably still some people who got out there and went, you know what, I don't think this game's for me. Completed it now, gone all the way.
Yeah, there might be people who I know that Alan left the game for 4 years because he was sick and tired of his SRV being stuck upside down outside a station.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. We've got that rescue self or whatever the button is now, and that would make a huge difference.
Oh, I know. I think we got him back in and then tipped his SRV up the right way, but yeah, and then moved on to other things by that point.
Probably, yeah. The Jinx Effect says manual sniffing. There's been some personal changes since then. Can we get an updated poll on what the current members take it when it comes to manual sniffing? Well, I don't know. I know none of that. I don't understand that reference. ED RPG sessions. I'd really like to hear the crew play through another RPG campaign. Doesn't have to be Elite. Come on, guys. Who needs IRL and jobs and family and stuff? Just give up your free and non-free time to do a spin-off D&D podcast. To which I'm like, please don't tempt me. I'm also going to agree with earlier comments, assuming you're going to read these in order as normal. The adverts are brilliant. Etienne, Dawn, and the Engineer are 2 of my favourites. Serious note, thanks for the free time everyone on crew, past and present, has given up. It's really helped me pass my non-free time, i.e. working hours.
It's normally the commute, isn't it? If we get told that we're listened to on the commute.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey, get to work on time. I hope your public transport is on time. I hope you're not listening while driving. Please don't respond to me. Don't pick up your phone.
Don't operate heavy machinery while listening to Lave Radio. We accept no responsibility.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I have one for everybody's favourite fleshy whirlwind, Steak Typhoon. The voices of Lave Radio have been a constant companion through major life changes. Lave is a highlight to my week, even when I take breaks from the game. I want to thank the now defunct Squeaking Fuel podcast for opening my eyes to the idea that ED podcasts exist. I have only one complaint. I wish I found this amazing community sooner. Aww.
No, there's no. Don't get all emotional. There's a point to this. There is a point to this because and I'm sure maybe 150 episodes ago I said something very similar along these lines. That when I first started playing Elite, I was introduced to a player faction who were like so insular and were entirely the rest of. Who were very much like it's us against the rest of the Elite Dangerous community, effectively. Not in like a malicious way or anything along those lines, but it was very much like we are to some extent better than people to affect it an effect looking back with sort of like a more critical eye rather than being present at the time. And then I started streaming, and then a sealed unit is probably a better way to describe it. But then I started like branching out and integrating with other areas. And on a personal note, Lave really helped open my eyes to how amazing and incredible the wider Elite Dangerous community is. And I cannot thank you enough. I don't know who to thank. I'm just going to thank the website. I can't thank you enough for opening my eyes to just like the wealth of wonderful new pals I've made, the creative outlet that Lave is for me with the adverts, as Chris was saying, like with the adverts and stuff. It's very cool to hear something that I've had a hand in creating play as part of something that is so institutional. It's very cool. I like it. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's not a problem. And finally,
Atreus 5060, the release of this banger, never gonna give Lave up.
We're not gonna play it.
Down. Never gonna turn Rave around and disappoint you. I don't know.
It is that. It is exactly that. It's what you think it is. There is a link on the thread in our Discord to it because, as we said, everything that Lave does is apparently on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll just say this as a final thing is that, I mean, it has been 500 episodes, and as if you hadn't guessed, I'd just like to thank, I think, everybody who has been with Lave at one point or another. So we've got our active crew, which is Alec, we've got Ben, we've got Claire, myself, we've got the two Chris's. We've also got Commander Ventura, who's always there in the background, and the wonderful Podnik Santiago, who helps out from time to time. I mean, and we've got to thank everybody who's contributed over the years, which is, you know, from Alan Stroud, Dr. Toxic, Ashley Devine, of course, the second tech himself, Chris Forrester, Commander Jarvis, you know, Commander Thane, and the wonderful Escape Velocity. There's John Stabler, there's Commander Kurgle, there's the wonderful, we cannot thank him enough for all the support over the years, Grant Psycho Cow or Wilcott, because he's amazing. We've had Suverine, who, and I actually caught up with him a couple of months ago. He's out in Cambodia living his best life as an English teacher. And yeah, he's doing well, if anybody was wondering. There's also the Chris Mark III, which was Commander Hatter. I think he turned up for one episode, but thanks anyway. And of course, there is Commander Shan. So there, that's everybody, and everybody has been. I'm not going to sugarcoat this because it is a genuine team effort, and we have to thank everybody. Everybody takes the role and runs with it, and they do things and just brings it to the table, and we go, "That's amazing! Shove it in!" And yeah, it's it's such a pleasure to work with you all for something which, well, it's just about a game of pretend spaceships, really.
Don't tell people it's a game, Colin. Ooh.
Don't get us
Breaking
cancelled
news,
on
end of
episode 500.
So there's my 2 pence. Thanks to you all.
You're welcome.
welcome.
So, ironically, does anybody have any other business?
I've got something.
Go on then.
I've got something a week on Friday from 7 p.m. on my channel and many other. I think there's 10 of us. I'm gonna be playing a little bit of Among Us for the British Red Cross. There's lots of cool incentives and donations. There's like if we hit 1,500 in the night, I'm putting on a funny outfit. I've already bought the funny outfit. I'm not keen on it, but it's there. It's a thing. But yeah, there's lots of cool things that are happening over that evening. I'd love for you to stop by and come and say hello. I'll mention it again next week. But yeah, I'm raising some money for charity.
Some charity work. Yay.
Rather than the old age pension help that I do on a Tuesday night.
I think you'll find them young and cool.
Oh yeah, all right. I don't have a response to that, you bastard.
That's what we want. Nice friendly banter.
Old.
Let me just get the camera in the corner of this bar. Burr is in the center of this most amazing bundle. But I don't know that the viewers can fully appreciate it.
Yeah, and
It
I'm
is,
going to try.
it is the scariest of human centipedes that you're constructing over there, Alec. It is.
That's what we did in episode 500. Incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Lave centipede. Is that what we did? Oh dear.
If you merge all the Lavian commanders together, this is what you end up with, and it is.
It's like something from
terrifying.
John Carpenter's Thing, but
Oh dear. Right. Well, I guess I'll do our shout-outs. We have our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio. It broadcasts on a Thursday from 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv, Hutton Orbital Truckers, or just for the audio, go to radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander that likes a bit of CQC action, check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. Of course, we'll give shout-outs to the Guard Frequency and the Loose Screws, these wonderful American space podcasts. And of course, if you speak French...
I just let the funky music do the talking.
Then there's the Elite Dangerous podcast and also the fantastic Elite Dangerous website, which you can do their adventures in. Now, following this, we hopefully have a Galnet News Digest as provided by Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude. And well, just thanks to everybody who has chipped in. And how many people are actually in the bar, Chris?
There are quite a few in the bar, to the point where I think we may have broken the instance somewhat, and there have been people struggling to get in. So apologies to people that we haven't been able to team up with and pool into the bar, but yeah, we have got quite a few commanders in there. I think I've got about 19 on my list, and there's probably even more sitting in there. I will try. Do you want me to try and run through them?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Of course you do. You
Absolutely,
monster.
I do. Come on, let's go.
Okay, Commander Apathis, Commander Katie Chaos, Commander Alec Turner, Commander Burr, Commander Sturkjes, sorry, Commander Reedy, Commander Mad Dog, Commander Kessinek, Commander Profane Pagan, Volt Select, Game Ox, Genie Van ZYL, Actual Genuine, Hugh J Appendage Esquire, Beetlejude and Witherspoon. We have had Commander Katiana, we have had Dark Karas, Electro Ace, and Daisy Bell. And Little Bigian.
Excellent. And my internet connection's not strong enough to join, which is a pain in the bum. Oh, well, but it looks like you're all having fun piling on each other in what looks like human sandwich, which is worrying me a lot. So special thanks, of course, goes to Commander Tokuso, JN Trax, and Alan Stroud, who've created music that we use on the show. And that's it for episode 500 of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, you can find our contact links in home/contact us menu options on the laveradio.com website. Do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything that you would want us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30, streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to the Chris Mark V.
You're welcome.
Thanks to Claire.
Fucking love you guys.
Thanks to Alec.
Thanks, Colin, and everyone who's been involved in this madness, not just tonight, but for the last 500 episodes. Genuinely, thank you.
And of course, special thanks goes to today's tech specialist, the Chris Mark IV.
You're welcome.
Yay! So, until next time, Commanders, fly safe. And if you can't do that, fly dangerous.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone having an orange inserted. Need a safe word. Space can be loaded. I'm gonna see the galaxy.
Ah, damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Update, 27th of August 3310. Breaking news. The 500th episode of Lave Radio has literally, just this minute, finished.
On the 22nd of February 3299, a highly directional radio antenna on this side of Deso crackled into life. The first episode of Lave Radio was broadcast to an audience of would-be commanders who are all sitting around waiting for the Sirius frameshift drive to go into production.
500 episodes and 11.5 years later, Lave Radio is still broadcasting. There have been a few changes. The original studio was in a tiny orange Sidewinder, but the life support struggled when there were more than 4 guests and hosts. When the revenue started rolling in the billions, and when the presenters became hugely wealthy superstars, they bought an old entertainment complex and reopened it as the Orange Sidewinder Bar. The green room in the broadcast suite is legendary for its opulence and for the fountain of Lavian brandy.
The staff have changed over the years. Station Commander Alan Stroud, also known as Helderben Kell, Drinks Machine Technician Second Class, Fozzer Forrester, and Head of Entertainment, Commander Thane, have all long since departed, though it's hard to stop them coming back for a trip down memory lane every couple of years. Chief Bar Steward Commander Psycho Cow still drops in occasionally, but the modern crew consists of Commander Psychit, lots of people called Chris, and an Alec, plus the Tenaris Whisperer and long-time host Commander Phoenix Defire, and the man who makes a penis out of everything, the Frankie Howard of Lave, Commander Aid Levice.
Lavian brandy is aged in oak for 100 years. That means that the brandy put in casks in the year of the first Lave Radio broadcast still has another 88.5 years to go before it's ready to drink. Will Lave Radio still be going in $33.99? It's hard to say. The one unwavering certainty is that the original crew, kept alive by a regular ration of progenitor cells, will reunite for the 100th anniversary, look back at the glory days of Episode 1.
Lave Radio, Lave Radio. Lave Radio, listen to Day-Dio. Dangerous podcast, it's the elite. Lave Radio, so much to say, Dio. This side of DSO, we're loving the heat.
I hope someone knows what we're talking about.
They mean disco. Lave Radio, it's here to stay, Dio. Orange Sidewinder, this is your crew. Lave Radio, hey, 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 Dio, with second technician, Forrester 2. Ooh, it's come. It's a podcast that's based on a game. Not to listen would be such a shame. It makes other stations sound very lame. That's Lave Radio. Ooh, swing your pants.
No, Simon, we're not them. We're Pink Custard.
We cut the mustard.
We're never flustered.
We can be trusted.
Lave Radio, this song's for you.
For the Orange Sidewinder crew.
Elite Dangerous is what you do.
And then you talk a lot about it too.
Lave Radio, ready to play, Dio.
Search for their website
and off you go.
Lave Radio, nothing to pay, Dio. Sci-fi gamer, DJ fans, this is your show.
Oh, it's a niche audience then.
This is radio online called Lave. With DJs Chris's, Alan, John, but not Dave. Forever surfing internet airwaves. That's Lave Radio. It's a podcast that's based on a game. Not to listen would be such a shame. It makes other stations sound very lame. That's Lave Radio. Lave Radio. Lave Radio. Lave Radio. Is this, are you sure it's Lave?
Yeah, Lave Radio.
It's not Love Radio.
Well, no, we all love Lave Radio.
No, but it's not live radio.
Oh, well, I don't know whether it's live or Lave Radio live, and we love it.
Lave Radio, transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.